Welcome back to the GSMC Dead Ball Sports Podcast, hosted by GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Nolan Jambert. Over the weekend, we had the NBA playoffs finally started. Best time of the year, and it finally came around. I mean, the NBA playoffs are the best time. I love it. I think the NBA playoffs are probably the best playoffs. Basketball overall is the best playoffs, college and pro. But it finally started. We'll talk about that today. We also, that'll be our first three segments. Talking about the first three games. We got Saturday's games in one segment, Sundays in another, and I'll preview tonight's games. There's only two, but I'll talk about that. After that, NFL draft is this week. I'm talking about the quarterbacks available and the running backs available. We'll talk about both of those groups for today. Before we get into any of that, however, tips and donations. Tips and donations are always greatly appreciated. By tipping and donating, it really means you guys care about the content that we are putting out. And by donating, it really means we'll do the best work we can to keep putting out the content you guys enjoy. So if you do want to tip or donate and you're in the live stream, feel free to do so by the super chat and sticker feature. If you're not in the live stream, you're watching this on YouTube or listening, the two links in the bio and description are the best way to do that. If you don't want to donate, you want to leave a comment, 100% do that. I mean, leave it if you're in the live stream chat, leave it in the chat. I'll see that as soon as you send it, and I can answer that as soon as you send it. And if you're not in the live stream chat, if you're on YouTube, leave it in the comment section. I'll get to that as soon as I can see it. I'll respond to that as soon as I can. So I love being able to talk to the fans. Love being able to talk to you guys. That's what I'm here for. So feel free to do that. Leave the comments. If, like I said, if you do want to tip or donate, however, if you're in the live stream, do so with the super chat or sticker feature. And if you're not in the live stream, you want to donate, the two links in the bio and in the description. With that being said, let's get into the first topic of the day. Like I said earlier, the NBA playoffs have officially started, and it was amazing. The first few days have been really good so far. I've really enjoyed it. The games are good. Yeah, there's a few bad ones. There's a few games that I didn't really enjoy watching. But the other games that were good, I did enjoy watching. So first segment, we're going to talk about Saturday game recaps. The games that happened on Saturday, we'll recap those real quick and just talk about that. So let's get to it. Also, sorry I didn't upload on Friday. I was sick. I was throwing up. Sorry. Okay, first game. Pacers Bucks. Sorry, Pacers Bucks. This rivalry has been around forever, I feel like. These teams are always going at it. These teams are always, just getting chippy with each other. Last year, this series happened without Dame. This year, it also might happen without Dame. I mean, he played in the first game, or didn't play in the first game. He was cleared, I believe, to play further on. So maybe he'll get, a few games in against Indianapolis. But will he, though? I'm not sure. I think the Pacers are honestly just the Bucks' kryptonite. Whenever these teams play each other, you feel like the Bucks are a better overall team. However, the Pacers just come out and play better. And that's what happened in Game 1. Pacers won with a 117-81. Honestly, the game was really close as well. I mean, the Bucks are coming back for a good majority of that game. The Bucks were coming back, and they kept it close. Then towards the end of the middle of the fourth, the Pacers slipped away, and the Bucks just couldn't retain that lead. Couldn't get it back, couldn't come back and win the game. So, I mean, the Pacers, some of the notable Pacers players from the day, you got Tyrese, had 10 points, 7 boards, 12 assists. I mean, Tyrese is just an all-around, he's such a good player. 10 points, that's obviously not going to cut it. He's not known as a scorer, so I'll say. He's more of a playmaker, and he makes plays. 12 assists, 7 boards. That's going to help your team win games. Making plays where you're finding your open teammates, passing it, not keeping the ball for yourself. That's going to help win you games. And by, him getting these offensive and defensive rebounds, plus passing the ball around for open teammates, getting good looks, that's going to help you win basketball games. Pascal Siakam, 25 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. Pascal was a huge pickup for the Pacers last year. He was phenomenal in Toronto, got him out, traded for him, got him out, and now he's a shining star once again in Indiana. He's a phenomenal player. He's helping the Pacers so much this year, last year, wherever he's been his entire career. He's been a great player. And come playoff time, he plays phenomenal as well. And Pascal, like I said, just dropped 25 points against the Bucks, who, are one of the better defensive teams in the NBA, and he just had a great game. Another Pascal Siakam 25-point game. Wouldn't be surprised if he continues to drop 25 plus throughout the entire playoffs, however far they get. Miles Turner for the Pacers had another good game. 19 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, another almost 20-point player. I mean, he's starting for him. He's getting good minutes. I mean, he's a great player for the Pacers. He's a big. He can shoot. I mean, he's just a good player. And him being paired up against, these Giannis, Kyle Kuzma, some of these big guys, and he's just playing really good basketball, helping defend the paint, and just playing good basketball regardless. Let's go to the Bucks. Let's switch over to the Bucks. Giannis. It's only 2 players for the Bucks that I'm going to talk about. Giannis, 36, 12, and 1. Continues to dominate. A reason he was selected to be an MVP candidate. He won't win it, even though he's playing phenomenal. However, he just hasn't really been flashy. The media hasn't covered him at all this year, and even though he's averaging almost Jokic numbers, he's just getting no recognition. He's still a phenomenal player. Like I said, he's dropping 36 and 12 on the Pacers. I mean, like I said, these teams are always heated, and I feel like Jokic just plays better against the Pacers, but we'll have to wait and see how this series turns out. I mean, obviously, it's just one game, but the Bucks really haven't done much in the playoffs since their championship in 2021, where they beat the Suns, but they've been first-round exits the past 3 seasons, and if they want to, potentially make another title run and hopefully keep Giannis around, they need to make a deeper run this year and not just get bounced first or second round. They got to make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, if not the finals in general. The other Buck I want to talk about, Kyle Kuzma, and not for a good reason. Kyle Kuzma, on 22 minutes of playing time, starting 22 minutes, he put up 0 points, 0 rebounds, and 0 assists. How do you manage to do that? I mean, I feel like if I was if I was in the NBA, I could have at least gotten one singular stat on there. Maybe a rebound if it comes bouncing away. Maybe find an open teammate. Maybe make a jumper. I mean, I doubt it, but still, I mean, on 22 minutes, I mean, it's almost as bad as Tony Snell's 28 minutes. I mean, almost. I think he probably did claim that throne as, Mr. Cardio for that game. Maybe all time. I mean, 20-plus minutes getting zeros across the board. Insane. You just can't let that happen. And that's the reason they lost. If Kyle Kuzma plays somewhat decent and Giannis isn't the only starter on the Bucks to get more than 10. He was the only starter on the Bucks to get 10-plus points, which is actually insane to think about. If you have, starters, because multiple of those guys, multiple starters had 0, 3, 5, and 9. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what the starting points were for every starter on the Bucks. And if you have those guys putting up 10-plus points, 10 points minimum, they win that game. However, they didn't, and they lost game 1. It's going to be a great series, though. I'm excited to see how that one goes. By the way, I can't believe they traded Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. Actually insane. That trade's also very interesting. Not nearly, Chris Middleton helped that team so much, and him, them trading him like that, it's crazy to think about. Second game of the day. The best game of that day, the Saturday games. Clippers Denver. Like I said, this game, I said this in the previous shows, I think this series is going to go to 7. And just off this first game alone, I think absolutely it could. Sorry, I just hit my notebook. Sorry, I got a little loud right there. Denver did come away with the win, 112 to 110 in OT. This game was close the entire time. I mean, it was always within 10. There was no huge lead. I mean, Denver had, I think the most they had was a 12-point lead, and LA came back, keep it within 3 the entire time. I mean, it was a phenomenal game. The Clippers held the lead. The Denver didn't come back and take the lead for the first time. They were leading 13-11, and then didn't lead after that until the middle of the fourth quarter when they were heating up and the Clippers started to just couldn't shoot. They hit a dry spot, and they couldn't shoot. They were cold. Denver took advantage of it, and yeah, I mean, James Harden, though, even with James Harden putting up a phenomenal stat line, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists. I mean, James Harden, even though he's been in the league for this long, since 2000, who knows, I believe it was 6, I believe he was drafted, I forgot when. But, I mean, he's still hooping, and he's still a phenomenal basketball player no matter where he is. him and Kawhi, even though Kawhi for Kawhi, he had an off day for his standards. They still played phenomenal. Still probably the best team in the West, skill wise. I think the Nuggets are probably the best team in the West. They took them to an OT. Zubac, who I had, playing paired up against, who's paired up against Jokic, the best center in the league right now. He put up 21 points, 13 boards, 2 assists. I mean, Zubac, there's a reason he's a finalist for most improved player. I mean, he's played so well for the Clippers this entire season, this entire year. And, I mean, it's just insane how good of a player that he is, how good of a player he's become, and how good of a player he's helping. He's just a huge help for the Clippers. And him playing really good against Jokic, holding Jokic to about 50% shooting, compared to his usual, 60, 70, because he's just so consistent and dominant in the paint. It shows a lot. And Zubac is going to be, they're playing again tonight. It's going to be a great game to see them play again tonight. Jokic, though, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. That's an off game for Jokic. Almost a triple-double, not. But still, Jokic is still dropping 30-point triple-doubles. Even with, Zubac holding him down to that, that's still insane that he's still this good. And Zubac is guarding him this well, playing such good defense on him, dropping 21, and Jokic says, I'm dropping 30 on you instead. It's just going to be this series is going to be so good just based off their big play. I'm so excited to see the rest of the series. The final 2 games for Saturday, we'll talk about the Lakers game. Minnesota over the Lakers. They win 117-93. Minnesota won that game because the shooting, they shot 50% basically from 3. They made every other shot practically, and they just beat LA. Plain and simple. They beat them. Better shooting, and their big play was a lot better. Rudy Gobert was dominating all game in the paint. And then the final game, which is the game before the Minnesota game, Detroit versus New York, the Knicks. It was a great game. New York did win 123-112. Detroit was very close the entire game. I was always between 8 points max, maybe 6 or 7. But the reason Detroit lost and New York won, in the fourth quarter, New York went on a 21-0 run, which is something in the playoffs that could not happen, and that clearly showed that the Detroit is still such a young team with, they got a lot to learn. So if they can fix that, they're going to be a tough team to face. I mean, it's going to be a great scene. I mean, it's great seeing these young Pistons teams in the playoffs, but you can't be having 21-0 runs. So that's all we got for this segment. Recap the Saturday games. Next segment, we're going to the Sunday games. After that, we're talking about the games tonight. After that, for 4 and 5 segment, we're talking about the NFL draft coming up. Talk about the quarterbacks and running backs. We'll get right back to all of that after the break.